Why one bad trade ruins your entire day. Have you ever had one of those days? You sit down to trade, feeling focused, ready to go. You take your first trade, and it's a loss. Nothing huge, not a disastrous mistake, just a normal, everyday losing trade. But suddenly, everything feels different. Your focus just slips away. Your patience is gone. You feel this tension bubbling right under the surface. Even if you don't make another bad move all day, the entire session just feels off. If that sounds familiar, I want you to know there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. This is one of the most common psychological patterns in trading, and it has almost nothing to do with how disciplined or experienced you are. So what's really going on here? It's usually not some big, dramatic event. You place a trade. It doesn't work out. Maybe you followed your plan perfectly. Maybe you bent a rule slightly. It doesn't matter. The moment that trade closes in the red, something inside you quietly shifts. You start hearing that little voice in your head, right? I shouldn't be read this early. I was doing so well until that trade. Okay, now I really need to be careful. Or the most dangerous one. Now I have to make that money back. From the outside, nothing is changed. The charts look the same. Your strategy is still valid. But internally, everything has changed. You've gone from a state of calm execution to a state of quiet panic. And here's the key. This reaction isn't really about the money you lost. It's about what your brain thinks that loss means. When you take a loss early in the day, your brain doesn't just see it as a normal cost of doing business in the markets. No, it often registers it as a loss of control. This is especially true if you came into the session with certain expectations. Maybe you pictured a clean, green start to your day. Maybe you were hoping to build some confidence early on. Maybe you just had this perfect image in your head of how the day was supposed to unfold. That first loss shatters that image. And when the picture breaks, your nervous system reacts. It's not a loud, 5-alarm fire. It's more like a silent alarm going off in the background. Just enough to shift your internal state from calm to alert. See, most of us traders don't realize how much emotional control we think we have over the trading day. Logically, we know we can't control the market. But on an emotional level, we often act like we can control how our session goes. We expect it to be smooth. So when a trade goes red right out of the gate, it feels like something has gone fundamentally wrong. It feels like the day is already slipping through our fingers, and we've barely even started. And that's when the real trouble begins. Because once that internal shift happens, you're no longer in execution mode. You're in recovery mode. Your brain is no longer focused on the primary goal, which is trading well and following your plan. Instead, its new primary goal is to fix the disruption, to get back to that feeling of control, to make the bad feeling go away. This is why, after just one loss, you might find yourself staring at the price action way more intensely than usual. You might start second-guessing perfectly good setups that fit your plan. You might feel a sudden urge to rush into another trade when you should be patient, or you might feel frozen with caution when you should be decisive. Even if you manage to avoid making any obvious mistakes, your internal environment is no longer neutral. And neutrality is the soil from which all good trading decisions grow. I want to be clear. This isn't a sign of weakness. This is just biology. Experiencing a loss activates the same threat systems in your brain as uncertainty and physical danger. And when your brain detects a threat, its number one priority becomes regaining stability and safety, not making optimal, high-level decisions. That's why even a tiny, insignificant loss can have the power to quietly hijack your entire trading session. It creates this feedback loop that so many traders get stuck in. Let's break it down. First, one trade goes red. Second, your sense of control plummets. Third, your emotional tension rises. Fourth, your decision-making becomes reactive, instead of proactive. And finally, you either start forcing bad trades to fix the day, or you become so scared that you avoid good trades. Either way, the day feels ruined, even if nothing truly catastrophic happened to your account. This loop will just repeat itself, day after day, until you consciously decide to interrupt it. And the most important reframe you can make is this: a single losing trade is not a signal about how the rest of your day will go. It's only a signal about that one single decision. That's it. The market didn't suddenly turn against you. Your trading edge didn't vanish into thin air. Your skills as a trader didn't disappear. The only thing that disappeared was your expectation of a perfect day. So the solution isn't to try and trade better in that moment. The solution is to slow down emotionally. After an early loss, your real goal isn't to get back to green on your P and L. Your real goal is to get back to neutral in your mind. What does neutral mean? It means you're no longer trying to fix the day. You're no longer desperately trying to make that uncomfortable feeling of being down go away. You are simply back to observing the market and executing your plan without a sense of urgency or pressure. Here's one of the most powerful questions you can ask yourself after taking a loss. Right now, am I trying to trade well, or am I trying to make the day feel better? Be honest with yourself. If the answer is the second one, if you're just trying to erase the red and feel good again, that is your signal. That is your cue to pause. Step away from the screen for a few minutes. Take a few deep breaths. Walk around the room. Do whatever it takes to break the state. That pause, that simple act of stepping back, can be enough to break the entire negative spiral before it even begins. The traders who survive and thrive in this business long term are not the ones who magically avoid losses. They are the ones who have mastered the skill of not letting one moment, one trade, contaminate the rest of their session. They treat every loss, especially the early ones, as simple information, not as a final verdict on their day or their ability. And let me tell you, that skill will compound your account and your career faster than any trading setup ever will. So if you've been finding that one bad trade consistently ruins your days, remember it's not because you lack discipline or willpower. It's because your brain is doing exactly what it's designed to do, reacting to a perceived loss of control. Once you truly understand that it's a biological reaction, not a personal failing, the whole experience starts to lose its power over you. You can observe it happening without getting swept away by it. The trade ends. The day doesn't have to. If this resonated with you, hit that like button and subscribe for more insights into trading psychology. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.